This video is going to explain you how to install PHP. To install PHP, we need web server as well as database, because we are going to write server-side scripts. You can get data from the database as well as you can write data into the database. Now I'm going to show you how to install xampp. Xampp is an open source software. If you use this xampp, this is going to install Apache web server as well as the database. To start this, first we will check what are the softwares in our computer. Go to the control panel and programs. You can see whether it is already installed or not. Why this is important? If you have already installed some databases, once you are going to configure this Apache server as well as the database, there are some conflicts is going to happen. Therefore, you have to make sure that you don't have any database already installed in your computer. Now, currently in this machine, this computer, we don't have any database or any server. To install xampp, you have to search here xampp. Then it is going to show you the xampp website. Once you click official website, xampp, it is going to tell you that it is not only Apache and MariaDB, you can use PHP, Perl, etc. But our main objective is to execute the PHP code. We are going to learn PHP. Then we need the environment. That is the reason I'm going to show you this xampp. This is open source software you can use for this purpose. Now here you have to select based on your operating system. Is it a Windows? Then you have to select this download option. Otherwise, there are other options based on the operating system. My operating system Windows, therefore I have to select this download option. Now it is going to tell you that now it is going to download automatically. If it doesn't, you can click here, then it is automatically download. But for the time being, what I have done, I have saved, I have already downloaded to show you. Therefore, I'm not going to download again. I'm going to close it. Now this is the exe file, xampp. I'm going to double click to install. Now sometimes it is going to give you some error messages. Some application you have to close before installing this. As well as some error messages, you have to read it before the installation. Now this is going to start the installation. You can click next. We don't need to select anything. By default, whatever the selections, we are going to keep it as it is. And this is the important, the place the xampp is going to install. It is going to install in C. You need to remember this location. Okay, it is already there. Because of that, I have given the different name. Language is English. Now it is started the installation. I will delete this folder. Now this is the folder I'm going to use for this installation. Now it is started. Once completed your installation, you can finish it. Once you complete it, it is opening this kind of window. We call this is xampp console. From here you can see that Apache, MySQL, likewise some applications are available, but our main objective to get this Apache server. Therefore, this is the server you are going to start. I'm going to show you how to start this console by closing this and opening from the folder. Now, it is not going to create any shortcut to the desktop. It is going to get into the recently added in your menu. As well as I ask you to remember the folder under the C drive. Now it is going to this xampp one, which we installed this software. Now here there are 3 files, but the time being you don't need to worry about this start and stop, but you can start this Apache server using this console. Therefore you have to start this console. From here you can start the Apache server. Before starting your PHP, there are few configurations you need to do. I will show you those configuration. Once you go to this xampp folder, there's a folder called Apache. Under the Apache, there's another folder, config folder. And the config folder, you can see config folder, you have to get this extra and httpd ssl. Now this is the file we need to do some kind of modification. I'm going to edit this file. Once you open this file, you can see we have to configure this port for this Apache server. Now currently it says 443. You can configure into your own port, because currently you are not aware what is the port. Therefore, the first you need to change it to some port you can use to execute your PHP code. Therefore, I'm going to change it to 8080. Now you need to remember this 8080. This is the port you are going to use. After that, I save this file and close. Now this is the first configuration we need to do to start this Apache server. Now once you completed it, the configuration has done. Now you can start the console. You have to go to C drive. You have to go to the xampp folder. And once you come down, you can see the xampp console. Now I'm going to start this Apache server. This is the web server. You have to allow the access. Now this should be clear. Now if you have some database or other servers already installed with the port you have given 8080, then you are getting some exceptions here. But for my computer, there is no kind of software we installed already. Therefore, now there is no error in this console. Now the server is started. Now I'm going to show you where is the place we need to create this PHP file. For that, again, we have to select this xampp and under the htdocs, this is the place you are going to create your first PHP page. Now I'm going to create this first PHP page using the text file. And the extension is PHP. Now it is going to ask you to change the extension for this file, because previously it was text file. Now I'm going to change it to PHP. Now my first PHP file I created. Now I'm going to edit, because I want to show you first my PHP code. PHP also the scripting programming, and we are going to write it inside the HTML. Therefore, first you have to start from the HTML. Body. Now I'm going to write my first PHP script. And semicolon. This is the way we are going to print some message in the PHP code, and you have to close this PHP. And we have completed. If you want to make sure in this we have PHP as well as the HTML code also, if you want to execute, you can just put HTML code. And I'm going to save this file. I'm going to copy this file. Now to execute this file, now we have already started our Apache server, and we have configured this Apache port. Now this server is executing in our local environment. Because of that, we called it as a local host. Therefore, I'm going to type localhost. HTTP localhost. Port is 8080. And the page is, I already copied it, my PHP file. Now it is going to display my first PHP, but there is no HTML code. We will see why it is not coming HTML code. Because we have made a mistake here. What is the mistake? We haven't entered this HTML.